And I know the toll it's taking on families like mine all across the country. And lastly, when my sister's given medication, she'll be given the same medication my husband was given in 2010, the same medication that came to market in 1996, 23 years ago. So what will you do to deal with this public health crisis and the strain that it's putting on our budgets?
Thank you for the question. Did you hear the question? It was about Alzheimer's and the fact that her family members for the last 20 years have been taking essentially the same medication. So I see the patients who wear purple for Alzheimer's and the hope for a cure. I know that behind the 5 million who have Alzheimer's, there are 19 million people who provide unreimbursed care for an Alzheimer's patient. So what I would do for an Alzheimer's patient is to give them hope that is rooted in an investment. An investment, as I said, in data sharing, in genomics, in the targeted therapies that it'll take to put a whole generation of scientists to work. Imagine if we had just taken half of that $1.6 trillion tax cut and had a 10-year Cures in Our Lifetime initiative. But I think your family, like so many of the people I know, have just lost faith that we would do something that big. And I think in our most united moments as a country, over the centuries, it's when we strive to overcome big challenges, whether it's threats from abroad, threats to our economy at home, or achievements in the sciences. That unites Republicans and Democrats. And because in my congressional district, I see all of the private sector life sciences thrive, and I know what they are seeking to cure, I believe that the federal government has a responsibility because some things are just too big for the private sector. Some things are just too big to only do them if they have a profit attached to them, and the government needs to be involved in that. Also, I also see the devastating effects of automation and artificial intelligence, and people who are losing their jobs mid-career, who you can't say, well, just go learn how to code, or just go learn how to be an electrical engineer. People like my mom. My mom's in her early 60s. She's got probably 7 more working years ahead of her. She loves her job as a senior administrative assistant. She doesn't want to be at home with my dad all day long. And if my mom lost her job to automation, which is a risk, she's not going to learn, computer software engineering. But I believe with bold leadership and inventiveness, we can have a care economy in our country for people who are displaced. So people who are still mid-career, people who are at the end of their career, could learn how you take care of a neighbor or a family member or a friend. And rather than having the government have to pick up all of that cost and pay an outside private provider, we could give somebody a job so they could keep working. My mom would have the dignity of work, and that patient would have somebody providing for them that they know. So I think a little bit of agility in addressing these workforce displacements could also help the Alzheimer's community and the Parkinson's community, people who need the help the most with memory care. So thank you for caring and fighting. And I hope the next time I see you, we will have done a lot more in this round.
Thank you.
Probably doesn't.